What is up, guys? This is your boy Amish Hammer, finally back with a new one take tutorial, and this time it's a little bit of a mini series for you guys. Instead of just doing one rant video, we're gonna do a three-parter. I'm gonna release all three of them today, and it's gonna be about the Bestiary Codex. We are gonna go over all of the perks of all three categories, starting with the first one, which will be the attack class. So, you guys do not know, the Bestiary is part of the Taming Codex. First, I will pull this over just so you guys can see it. Just to explain it to you guys for a little bit. The Bestiary class, or the Taming class, has a green book called the Bestiary, the Taming Bestiary. What this is it gives you a bunch of different perks that you can use to boost your pets and boost the abilities and just random stuff that your pets can do. Each pet now comes in three different categories. So there's the attack class at the bottom, which will be the first video. The second class is utility, which is more bleed and disease and poison classes. And then the last one is tank classes. So we'll go over all three of those today. We're going to start out with the Bestiary in the attack class, though. So first, you guys can just ignore the skulls. This is just how I currently have them all set up. We will go over every single ability in each class. There are quite a few in each class, so I will try and make this quick for you guys. So first, we have Ambush. What Ambush does is the damage dealt increase by up to a max of 30% and damage resistance by 15% for 10 seconds after exiting stealth, which includes a backstab. The damage dealt increased by 12% if the creature does not have stealth. So most of these abilities will have this part at the bottom, at the end, where, say I'm using vampire bats or something. They obviously do not have stealth, but you'll always have some points left over. So you could just put points into this, even though the bats cannot use this ability, they will still get a damage bonus just because you have a point into it. So first, this one is very, very useful for stealth pets, obviously. So what this basically does is it just drastically increases your damage output after a backstab for 10 seconds. It's fantastic. I definitely recommend running it if you're running Shade Wolves, Chameleons, Smoke Fairy Drakes, anything that can go stealth and do backstabs. This is fantastic. I highly recommend it. Next ability, we are going to do Feral. So this one, I love Feral. Feral's fantastic. So Feral, while frenzied or enraged, creatures' first non-backstab melee attack increases every 15 seconds, has the damage increased by 240%, which means basically, so this is more for like pack animals, like single target pets, or single slot pets. So if you're running like 5 wolfhounds or something like that, they all come with frenzied or feral. I think, no, it's frenzied. That's the ability name. Frenzied makes it so that they attack, I think it's 10% faster for 30 seconds. So if you have 5 things attacking all 10% faster, it drastically increases the damage output that you're going to get with this ability. Next, we're going to go with Cornered. So Cornered is one I just recently started using. Cornered will increase the damage your followers do by 30%. Your damage dealt is increased by 30% if the target has taken damage within the last 10 seconds. So if they have not taken damage in the last 10 seconds, they'll get a 12% damage bonus, which is just good because there's always just a damage bonus that they're going to have. But this is a very good ability for pack animals, like I was just explaining, like the hounds, any hounds that have frenzy. So you'll have feral and this, and then usually at this point you'll be fighting mobs that do AoE attacks. So maybe like a molten demon, it has that cone effect that will hit every one of your pets. So every one of your pets will do 30% more damage on top of whatever special abilities they have. If not, they're getting 12%. So it's a win-win. Next, this one I haven't really gotten to use much yet, but it's Feed. So Feed, if the creature has a bleed effect on target within 1 tile of them, the melee attack have a 30% chance to restore 10% of their max health up to once every 15 seconds. The damage dealt is increased by 12% if the target cannot inflict bleed. So, self-explanatory. This would be really good for like blood apes or vampire bats, anything that causes bleed, and you're not too worried about the damage output, but you're more worried about their HP. Using this ability, it's less likely that you're going to actually need to heal those pets, because usually pets that have bleed and are like pack 1 slot animals have lower HP for the most part. So with this ability, they'll be able to just drastically keep healing themselves. You won't really have to worry too much about actually healing them. And next, we are on the page 2. Gonna go scroll back down. Now we are at Hunting Party. Hunting Party, interesting one. So this one is definitely not one for my build, but Tamer Dexters, you're gonna love this. The damage dealt is increased by 30% if the creature and Tamer are both within 1 tile of the target. The second half, damage dealt increased by 12% if the creature or Tamer are more than 1 tile away. So if you're a Dexter Tamer, this one's perfect for you because you need to be in the thick of things. Unless you're an archer, you will be right next to your pets attacking the same mob. So you're just always going to be giving them a boost regardless. Next, Immolate. So this one is interesting. This one's for more spellcasters, but also just some mobs randomly will have a flame strike ability, and this drastically helps them. So flame strikes and spell burn abilities now have a damage increase of 150%, and the damage shall increase by 12% if the creature does not have any of these abilities. So take, for example, the Flame Hounds. The Flame Hounds are 1 slot pets. They're 55 taming. They have Frenzied, so they get the attack speed bonus. And they also have Flame Strike. So you could have a group of Flame Hounds all cast Flame Strikes before they get to the mob, because they try and cast it first. Then while they're all attacking, they'll get Frenzy going, they'll attack faster, and the flame strike is on a cooldown, so it just randomly will happen. So boosting the damage of those flame strikes by 150% is pretty damn good. That I think I was getting maybe 300 damage flame strikes randomly from the flame hounds. Very good. Okay, this one I'm gonna butcher. Well, no, not this one. This lethality is great. The next one I'm gonna butcher. Lethality, melee attacks and spell casts have a 30% chance to inflict up to 100% more damage. Otherwise, they will only inflict 12% additional damage. So this one's very good if you can spare a point into it, because I mean, a 10% chance, still pretty good. 20%, pretty good. 30 is great, because if you, like me, my build with the one slot pets, the chance goes up because I have 5 pets. So 30% of the time, one of those 5 pets is probably going to hit for 100% more damage. So this is a very good one that's maxed out if you have the points for it. Okay, this one is the one I'm probably going to butcher. I think it's Menagerie. I think that's how you say it. This one I've never used, but it damage increased by 6% times the different types of followers controlled by the player. The healing amount is increased by 6% times the different types that you control. So this one you want to use for if you're running, say you have like the Memphis that are in level 1 of Shadow Spire. You could have their 1 slot pets, you could have 5 of them, and I think all 5 of them count towards the attack class. So you could get 6 times 5 or whatever, 6% times 5. So it's a pretty good damage increase. It's just unlikely that people will be running 5 different pets. That's very unusual. But I mean, if you want to run it that way, it could probably do pretty crazy damage. Because I mean, if you're running 5 different pets at max, that's 30% just by that. So, and you're also healing 30% more on all your pets. Okay, we're on to page number 3 of the attack class. So now we get the mutation. Mutation's pretty good. We'll pop that. Reduces the cooldown length by 6% and also increases the damage if the creature does not have a cooldown ability. So cooldown abilities are not on every pet. Some pets will just have passives or innate abilities, but cooldowns are usually like the backstab ability for the chameleons or flame strike. They have a scheduled window that they will go off. I don't know the specific time, but the shorter the cooldown, the more likely you're going to be able to spam that ability. So pretty handy to have. Next, we're going to do Pelt. Damage dealt increased by 24% if a target is 4 tiles away or more. Damage dealt increased by 12% if the target is within 3 tiles. So this is for those players that like to run ranged pets, so caster pets, or like a slug pet that spits from range. This is for. I haven't really used caster pets much, but if you want to play more of like a support role, you could have pets that only cast and you'll just blast spells from range. This could definitely help out with the damage output. Okay. Next, we are doing Primal. So what does Primal do? I will tell you. It has a chance to trigger passive abilities increased by 100% of normal, which is crazy. That's very, very good. Damage dealt increased by 12% if the creature does not have a passive. So passives would be like the bleed effect for a blood ape. So if you have a pack of blood apes and they have a 10% chance to cause a bleed or something, increasing that by 100 to make it 20%, that's pretty crazy because you have five apes attacking, causing bleed, and it's a 20% chance. So that's a very, very strong ability. Okay, the next and last ability for the attack class is Swarm. Swarm is, I like Swarm. So the damage dealt is increased by 6% times the amount of total followers controlled by the player. It also heals it increases the healing amount by 4% times the total followers you have. So for someone like me that runs 5 pets usually, that's a bigger boost than most other things because I have 5 different pets. So that's a 30% damage increase instead of not. I think it's 20% for most other things. So this is a very good one if you're running pack animals. Okay, guys, that is it for this video. Do not worry. Ooh. We will be back shortly with part 2. If you have any questions, feel free to hit me up in the comments or hit me up on Discord. I will try and get through to you. I will not. I don't know the best combos to run for certain pets, so that's why you gotta experiment. But I will try and help you out if you need help trying to figure out a good one. Just message me or put it in the comments, and we will crowdsource ideas to get better builds. So for now, I'm gonna end this video, and then I will be making another one right after this. So everyone, if you are curious about about the utility perks, just come back at the next video. I will see you then.